Man, I've been following with great interest. You know, Russell Poole wanted to apologize to you.
Yeah, I heard that, man. He's a good guy. I never lied to him or nobody because, you know, all that stuff, they know who was going on behind all that stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, he couldn't, in his mind, separate you from Death Row Records. And as we were doing the investigation, I said, you have to understand, Russell, that, you know, Mr. Knight was, you know, in the car next to Tupac. I mean, that's not... And then with the Biggie thing, Mr. Knight was in jail. And I met somebody who was in jail with you at the time, and he said it's impossible that he was on a cell phone back then. Impossible.
It's definitely impossible. I mean, the one thing, too, with Tupac, I still got a 45 bullet into my skull. And the thing about it is, they've been knowing all this type of stuff from day one. And that's why he violated me and sent me to prison last time. And the other thing is, for Biggie's son, I'm quite sure if they saw the first one, they saw the second one, because it's the same circle of people, you know?
I got tapped on the shoulder by one of the cops' daughters that was involved, and she told me. I mean, you know, this isn't conjecture anymore. We know the facts.
Yeah, it's the same people, same circle of people.
Yeah.
Have nothing to do with me, you know?
No.
In this exchange between Suge and Michael Carlin, Suge states that if they understand what happened in the killing of Tupac, they would also understand the murder of Biggie. He says it's the same circle of people.
If you're a friend of yours, you're a friend of mine.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of the stuff that says, basically, the public is naive to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of things in dealing with incarceration, even business, there's a lot of politics, you know. I mean, it's like, I never should have went to prison the first time I went to prison. But I had caught the accounting firm who Jimmy introduced us to. They stole like about $30-40 million, you know.
I'm not sure if this audio exchange is clear, but what Suge Knight is alluding to is that when he went to prison for the first time, close to $30 or $40 million was stolen from him by his lawyer at the time, David Kenner.
My thing with my accounts was I signed all my checks. So any check was over $5,000, I definitely had to sign it. And they was giving David $100,000 a month, and David said he was giving Jimmy a kickback from $100,000 a month. So we was paying him for all the work he did as an attorney, and they was giving him $100,000 a month.
Wow.
And buying cars and houses and stuff.
When Suge talks about David, he again is talking about notorious criminal defense lawyer David Kenner, who was Suge Knight's fixer. In this exchange, he also states that Kenner was funneling money to legendary music industry executive Jimmy Iovine, who ran Interscope Records, the parent label of Death Row. Iovine also started Beats by Dre. There have been rumors for years, and Suge has gone on the record before, that Jimmy Iovine stole money or was in bed with Kenner. Again, these are rumors.
Wow.
So that played an effect on me getting a violation when I shouldn't have got a violation.
Well, that whole Orlando Anderson thing, man, I mean, it was really bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, even when he came in, they put him on stand, and the judge asked me, said, do you know Suge Knight? I said, you don't know Suge Knight. I said, what did he do? The only thing he did was help me and save my life, which I basically did because, you know, Pac was my little brother and the #1 artist out on the bond, and if he would have got in trouble, he was going back to prison.
Yeah.
So I knew it was cameras everywhere in Vegas because I went to UNLV. They just take us to the top and let us watch. So, you know, I was breaking up saying, cut that bullshit out right in here. But at the same time, they just played with the thing the way they wanted to play with it. And see, the thing is, those guys, if you go back and watch the film, they was already stalking Pac, like watching him. So that just tipped the iceberg when something happened. But that was you to do something to him.
Yeah.
And that's why, like I said, I had two of the toughest guys for him, and Reggie pulled them off of me. And after it happened, I told him to send 5 guys from the club to there, and they never said nobody.
Yeah.
And Frank blocked us in purposely. Later, he told us at the streets. They told him to do it. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank got so bad he died. You know.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. And Michael Moore.
Yeah. And then Perez and them was all involved. They were trying to kill me too, but see, because Perez and Reggie was good friends, and Perez and Sarita and Reggie is great friends, and so all those three together was trying to plot. You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Russell got it right before he died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
And you know, and the sad thing about it, Atlanta wasn't even the shooter. You know.
No, exactly. No.
And it's said that, but that's not at all. He was actually a good kid too. You know.
Yeah.
This audio you just listened to is the most important exchange to take note of. Suge Knight implicates LAPD cop Raphael Perez, his ex-wife, Sharitha Knight, and Reggie Wright Jr. in the killing of Tupac. He alludes again that if you understand the power struggle that was going on at the time for Death Row Records, you would also understand the role Reggie Wright Jr. played in all of this. This is the first time that Suge Knight has implicated Raphael Perez. What is interesting is that he puts Perez in the middle of the shooting of Tupac. I want to be clear that as of now, I have no hard evidence as it relates to the murder of Tupac in Las Vegas.
Yeah, my judge said he watched the tape 97 times and still couldn't say I did anything.
Yeah.
He asked him, could he just give me less time, like 1 year, or back on probation? And the lawyers never said, yeah. They all kept saying, no, but that's not true. He could have.
Yeah.
And I got the paperwork to prove from 2 different DAs and all attorneys. I never had a firearm when I went on probation for it. A lot of part of the history need to be shown, need to be said, because it can help people in the future, you know?
Well, the truth is actually the best story that's ever been told, I believe.
Oh, always. Yeah, always, definitely. That's why I'm saying, that's why it's so important to get these things out, and you're the right person to do it, because the truth doesn't just stop with one person.
No.
The truth put the law down, the facts down, that it don't keep happening again.
Well, think about it. You got drugs, guns, you got jealousy, you got music, you got,